let's start with the main act and let's get those tier 100 dungeons farmed. And again, we have a plan, okay? Listen, the plan is we're going to be using Soulbrand, or alternatively, instead of Soulbrand, we're going to be using the... What was the chest called again? Brain lag? Yeah, here. The Blood Artisan's Cuirass. Sadly, this is a very good roll. But it's not a 5er. But it could be interesting. The problem is, if you compare this to what we have, correct? So this one has more life, bone spirits, damage, and so on, right? But what it doesn't have is no damage reduction and no damage reduction. And I'm not sure if I can get away with this. If this is literally like, can we be that greedy to say we're not taking an inch of damage reduction? You're up so late? No, I'm up very early. I mean, right now for me it's 11:18. What time is it for you, chats? We're around to run Duriel. We're gonna run Duriel laters and also some Beast of Ice. But right now, let's start with a Blood Blister. Blood Blister. No, Whispering Vault is ass. Death Pulse. I just don't like Whispering Vault. That's just like such a horrible one. Skylar, good to see you there. It's 5:19 for you, AM. Well, I mean, 5:19 is a reasonable time to be awake. Seriously. It's 12:90. Greetings from Finland. Duriel, my friend. $5:18 gang represent. So Pony walks into the dungeon. See, that's where I'm saying, like, the damage reduction works, right? And I don't need the bonus damage. I just need this damage reduction just in case that bosses are trying to burst me or elites are trying to burst me, that I would do more damage. But on the other hand, with the bone spirits, I would just do even more damage, right? And I would also generate even more... Oh god, I need to free prisoners. I would just generate more essence and kill more people and just be overall even more lethal than I'm already am. I forget that this is Death Pulse, and this is like Death Pulse also with these guys exploding because they are poisonous. You know? I forget that part where they're poisonous and they explode because they're poisonous. Death Pulse is my real nightmare. I'll say it. See, right now we don't even have the Bone Storm running, right? And we're still tanky enough to just not give a damn. And obviously things are vastly faster if I turn this one on. Yeah, I really don't want to stand like below when you're all gonna blow up in a second and then just kill me. Boo, 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 boo. Goodness, this is beautiful. 419 American East Side. You're all early birds. You're early birds or no sleepers? That's the question. Are you crazy like me and you just wake up 3 a.m. in the morning because you want to hustle? You want to holla dollar bills, y'all? I mean, seriously, I just like working, chat. It's simple. Like, I prefer to work over sleep, but I still get enough sleep. Okay, so don't worry about me not getting enough sleep. I'm not doing this unhealthy. Okay, I get my sleep, or I get the amount of sleep I'm supposed to get. So I'm not just like, you know, team no sleep, because else I couldn't take care of my children, right? I wish the class with minions could have minion builds that are viable. I mean, there are viable minion builds, and I'll show you one in 3 to 4 days. And I like, well, okay, so I think it's gonna be a viable minion build because in my head it works. Okay, I theory-crafted this build multiple times now, and I think I took care of all the pitfalls and everything that's usually holding minion builds back. So I am certain that I can make something truly extraordinary. Wow, you all dead so quick. Not even funny anymore. But I think I could make something truly extraordinary. I'll get Pony drunk to make him sleep more. But what if I'm awake all night when I drink, Chad? What if it turns into team no sleep as soon as the drinky happens? No, don't worry. I sleep enough. I just like to wake up early when everyone sleeps to work. You know? When people tell me they're like on the weekend, they're sleeping in. And I'm just like, but why? But why are you sleeping in? If you could be awake instead. Thanks for everything. Just a question. Without hemorrhage and T-bolt, is no problem at all regaining essence. But did you see me ever having problems? Siak? Not at all. I thought you might get to the point, and yes, I'll show you the boss fight in a second. So it's not necessarily a problem. It's just in a boss fight, you'll notice it in between, depending on how good your lucky hit is on producing corpses. Because that's like the thing right now, like that you might literally just on not getting lucky, you might every now and then just run out of corpses during a boss fight, and that is not a 100% problem, but it's noticeable for sure. Oh, I also need to take the Blood Artisan's Cuirass with me just for the boss fight. That's actually an interesting idea, Chan. What if I take that just with me for the boss fight? So here right now we have a lot of essence, right? You can see that. I make some corpses and my essence gets filled back up, right? We make blood orbs, we're shooting him, the blood orbs are filling us back up. We do another bone storm. We're doing this. We're slowly running out of essence. There's still enough corpses, and now we are kind of like out of essence, right? Then we do blood mist again. We make some more corpses. The corpses fill us back up. We're getting more blood orbs. We're getting more blood lances. We do the same. We get killed by him accidentally because he's poisonous. But you're kind of like in this loop of just having to get your lucky hit, and once your lucky hit fails you, which can happen, you might run out of corpses. What you could do to remedy that is you could take the increased lucky hit chance potion. With the increased lucky hit chance potion, you essentially like get your corpse explosion to be at 59%. And the main thing you're trying to hit is obviously Hued Flesh. Even though I feel like Hued Flesh is bugged. Because Hued Flesh used to trigger so much more, and it doesn't. Are your resistances maxed? Yes, my resistances are maxed, but poison is broken. Okay? I don't know if you have noticed this, but poison is literally broken. I wish it wasn't that way. But like when you get poisoned, you just take so much extra damage. It's absolutely unreasonable and makes no sense. I am surprised that killed me, I have to say. A big oops. Well, that's the first 2 times I've died to a boss. That's a big unfortunate. I'm a summoner build right now, and I'm having a hard time choosing a build to transition to. I mean, if you're a summoner, you could go into Infinity Mist because you're a shadow summoner. You could go into the Lidless Storm. I will make a new summoner build in 2 days. What's your armor at? Oh, my armor is low with this build. That's the problem because of all the, like, I mean, first I'm missing the affix on my pens. So my pens are supposed to actually have the affix, but I'm missing that. So that's one little downside. That I don't have the total armor roll there. But even if I had the total armor roll, we wouldn't be maxing out. Simple as that. Why did I just kill them all? I just wanted to go in fortified. Because, like, you know, maximum fortify, more damage. Might as well. So, yeah. Where was I stuck? What was it talking about? Yeah, I'm missing a total armor percentage roll, which is making me a wee bit weaker. See, like that poison, how hard that just ticks down. Like it's still ticking, right? It's just like, what is that poison? Unreasonable. And with maxed out poison resistance, like, okay, keep that in mind. Maxed out poison resistance, everything, right? And yet, what? I dashed through that and I shouldn't have died. I am absolutely bamboozled right now. I'm absolutely bamboozled. 59% corpse explosions on all takes. You might mishear something. Malpignator, thank you for trying to help, but you're not helping because this is a corpse explosion that is a one-times boom. So this 59% on corpse explosion is on the corpse explosion because this is actually the corpse explosion. I'm rocking a Bloodwave build. Bloodwave is absolutely insane. We're having a very good desecrated ground Bloodwave build. And yes, Bloodwave is like crazy when it comes down to like pure damage output. It is my favorite skill by far to go with due to just how good it is. So high recommendation in general. Yes, Bloodwave is Bloodwave builds are way better than you give it credit for. Like I think like Bloodwave is sadly vastly undervalued in what it does. And it should be given way more chances, especially as the desecrated ground Bloodwave. So we've like experimented with that as of late, and I'm very pleased with the results, if I'm honest. And I did not expect any of these results as well, if I'm honest with you. So it was kind of like a big surprise. The new ring work with a Blood Surge build. It should work with a Blood Surge build as well. I just simply haven't tried, so I can't give you like a 100% yes it does, because I just simply haven't tried it yet. Right? But I will try the Blood Surge build in the coming days. Yeah, I'm not happy how much he's being a problem, because like, you know, this is the first time. I'm not happy how this is developing to be a problem. And therefore, I'm going to be now very sad and very angry. And I'll be back. Give me a second. He made me do it. He made me do it. I didn't want to. What are we running for? Oh, it's backstabbers. Well, that at least makes sense how he kills me, right? So I guess he just hits me in the back and that's why he does so much damage. I understand that part. And, well, it's okay. It's monster poison damage. Well, yeah, that makes sense why he does so much damage, though. Now he made me do it. Give me a second, because he's annoying. Oh, where are you? You're coming with me. And where is it? Why am I blind? You're coming with me. And you're coming with me. Which also brings me, though, to... where is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Thank you very much. Is Godslayer an option with this setup? Only if you stop playing Soulbrand. But Godslayer is not that good. Godslayer is nice, but T-Bolt's Will is better. But T-Bolt's Will is also not an option with this build, because you kind of need the max life and the ranks and corpse explosion and that. If you play T-Bolt's Will, you could get rid of Soulbrand. But it's, again, you're kind of changing things for the worse, not necessarily for the better. Okay? I need 3 points quickly. Per second. This is just to be mean. So what do we swap in? We swapped in a Godslayer crown for the 42% damage multiplier, which is fun. We are also like way less armor now, so we're probably going to die on one single hit. But we'll see. Just in general, this increases damage output like by vast amounts. Yeah, so this increases damage output by vast amounts unless you're just ignoring the attack of the boss because you're just spamming your ability. Good that we did this, chat. Fantastic. That was brilliant. That was everything. So as demonstrated, this is how the build works if you're an idiot. And this is how you get killed by a boss very easily if you're an idiot. Which brings us back to the next dungeon. That is definitely not going to be... suppressor. We just complained about monster shadow damage over time. Yeah, whatever, I guess. Be fine. So Godslayer's nice, but reasonably, if you look at it, T-Bolt's Will is just better. Because T-Bolt's Will gives you essence continuously, where Godslayer only gives you damage. But T-Bolt's Will is also a permanent buff, because T-Bolt's Will is like whenever you're unstoppable and 4 seconds after. So if you manage to be always unstoppable and 4 seconds after, you're essentially to that point where you're just permanently unstoppable and never not unstoppable. And that puts you in a very, very good and healthy position. I am stuck. I am stuck. I am stuck in this doorway and I can't leave. You're stuck here with me, not the other way around. You know, they're stuck in that room with me. That's one of the few cases where I will agree on having the aspect that allows you to phase through things might be useful. Okay. Once in a while, I'll admit it, because I'm not a fan of that aspect. I feel like it's just absolutely unnecessary. Like, why would you need to phase through enemies most of the time? Like, really not needed. So yeah. Oh god, shadow damage over time. Go away. See, like, did you notice how this is shadow damage over time? And it's still way less intrusive than the poison damage over time. Like, it's the same amount of damage, but something is off, odd, weird, broken about, like, poison damage over time. It's just what it is. I wish it wasn't that way, but something is weird. We don't like it. And yes, my resistances to shadow and poison are more or less the same. So that wouldn't explain it. There's just something odd, and we all know it. But Blizzard won't admit it. They won't say Chan. They don't say we done for. We made a big fat oopsie doopsie badoopsie. They never. I'm a simple man. I just want to hear him say we screwed up, fam. Right? We don't want much. Just say it. Say it. Say it. Ah, there you are. And I'm wondering where that guy's been hiding. See, like, if nothing is poisoning you, that's bullshit. How poison is just awful. Like, look at the vast difference, Chan. No poison or poison. And backstabbers, obviously. Huh? Are you liking this now? Oh, we have all the animus. Why do I keep killing things? Why do I keep killing things? We have all the animus already. I have everything I need. Done. Okay, what do we have here? By the way, would you speed farm tier 100 dungeons, guys, even though you don't need to? Or what dungeon would you be comfortable with? I have to say that like if my build is able to do tier 100s, it's actually the only one I do. Even though like tier 90s are just way faster. Like tier 90s are so much faster and simpler than tier 100s. But I don't know. If I can do tier 100s, I'll just do tier 100s, I guess. Right? I'm not ready yet. Maybe it's unnecessary, but it is what it is. I like it that way. Tier 100 without an end boss? No, I don't mind the end bosses. I mean, they at least give you something to shoot at. You know, you can see some big damage numbers. Because these packs, like you know, these packs they don't oppose the challenge in any capacity, right? You just know you're gonna be like blasting through these packs like there's no tomorrow. I mean, the boss at least has some more HP, I guess. Oh, I should curse you in between, I guess, for more damage. And that's not where we have to go. Can you run me through a 90? I need my shadow prefix. What's a shadow prefix? What? I mean, if you have a 90, I can run you through a 90, sure. Hundreds improve the drop rate of items. Yeah, I think that would matter if I actually pick up gear, but I'm just too tired to pick up gear. I don't know if you're still picking up gear, guys. I literally, I mean, I check my box later for the epics that go in there, but yeah. I mean, the only reason for me to do nightmare dungeons is Glyph XP right now. So that's why I do them. No other reason, to be honest. Come on, let me. Don't make me kill you. Yellow doesn't go in the box, right? Yellow doesn't go in the box. I pick up everything for money. Well, if you want to make money, you just do, what was it called again? See how different that fight is going now when there's no weird ass poison shit happening. Then you're just zooming poor Timothy, Jebediah Jones. Right, same tier nightmare dungeon boss, same shenanigan, same everything. That's the difference. Okay, we wanted to level up corporeal amplify. Yeah, I need to level amplify up because I want to do that, and we also wanted to start leveling up exhumation. I wanted to give exhumation an honest to God try, but we also wanted to get amplify to 15. Very important. I just have opened 2 living steel chests and got an insane amount of living steel. 0? That must be bugged, sir, and I am sorry to hear if you struggled. Okay, now let's put a Blood Artisan's Cuirass on for the next dungeon, guys. That brings me down to 8,500 armor, same amount of HP, but we're missing out on 40% damage reduction, okay? But what happens is that now, as we're picking up blood orbs, we're also going to spawn these little ghosts. Again, we don't need the bonus damage, right? This is very important. We do not need the bonus damage at all. But Could this still be better? I'm gonna play a Stormbane's Wrath. So could it be better to have that ghost? What's your damage reduction currently? Damage reduction. What is this damage reduction you're talking about, sir? My damage reduction is having 20,000 barium. That's my damage reduction. Okay. I'm not ready. I don't do like in trivial things like damage reduction. I just have twice the amount of life. That's my damage reduction. I'm not ready. Did you see? Oh, there. The ghost just hit for 8 million, or was that my Bloodlands? I think it might have also been the ghost that just hit for a lot. Come on, ghost, go. 300k. Just trying to figure out how powerful the ghost could hit. I mean, it's hard to like see that in between, right? Because we're just zooming through the dungeon, so I don't know which hit is actually from the ghost, which hit ain't from the ghost. You know what I would wish? That these volatile blood orbs you're making, right? They would actually count as blood orbs. Oh, that would be so cool. That ghost, come on, go. Boom. Oh, it hit for 166k. So another 200k bonus damage just for some random ghosts going out. Guess it doesn't hurt, especially if it hits like everyone. No, I don't want to do soul survivors. Nope, I don't want to do the event. I don't care if you live or die. So I was saying, like, we don't technically need the bonus damage from the bone spirit, but then again, having the bone spirit is kind of funny, so why not? Is everyone dead? Still people alive back there. I mean, if you know how to play, you shouldn't worry too much about taking damage, right? Because you can technically avoid all the damage taken, or most of the damage taken. Also, one unique thing about Necro is that Necro has what was it called again? Decrepify. And what people seem to forget is that Decrepify is also 20% damage reduction. So worst case scenario, you can also just use that as damage reduction. I think Bloodlands, the attack speed is much better than Bone Spear, and also, well, my problem right now is that we're not running the maximum of attack speed, sadly. There's more attack speed possible, right? Is Necro really that nerfed? I remember Bone Spears with 2-3 million a pop. Necro is not nerfed. Bone Spears do still do millions a pop. Just the way how everything is calculated is different now. Reasonable, to be honest. Also, this is not Bone Spear. This is Bloodlands. I think Necro is stronger than ever with the new calculations. I mean, obviously, if you focus on a full crit build, then you'll definitely feel weaker than what you did before. There's my ghost going out. I mean, you could do a couple of millions with the Barber Heart, but we all knew this was just the Barber Heart. And now you're doing actually a couple of million damage without the existence of a Barber Heart, which I find way more interesting, right? Like because doing millions of damage because of like a weird ass Barba heart that seemed to be overperforming anyways in every single way. And now we can actually do these amount of damages naturally with the builds. I mean, obviously vampiric powers fueling this a little bit, but honestly, this build would be possible like this on the Eternal Realm as well. Only that obviously the source of vulnerable would be different because right now we're using our vampiric power to make things vulnerable, which we couldn't do on the Eternal Realm because surprisingly or unsurprisingly, there is no vampiric powers on the Eternal Realm. Bro, what just killed me? I was just vibing and then. Okay, could you which short key did I press that I can't? Thank you. I was just vibing. I would have survived that, by the way, with a Soulbrand. Right? Most likely. I think. Do you feel like we're clearing faster with the Bone Spirit explosions now or not? Again, coming back to the point, what is speed useful for if you're dead, right? Was that plugin? Oh, that was Mobalytics. So I use Mobalytics for all my builds, and you can actually overlay your builds right onto Diablo, so you always know where to put your points. It's actually really nice quality of life convenience feature. I recommend. Main reason I use Mobalytics for you guys. I'll show you in a sec what I mean. You're gonna get staggered in a second. And I am not running out of essence. Poor little guy. Well, that felt really good boss phase wise. Honestly, we did so much more damage versus him. It was really nice. Let's make this one 15. And then start leveling up exclamation more. So where was I stuck? What was I talking about? Mobalytics. So Mobalytics, you can literally look up all the builds here. Necromancer. And you can go for S tier builds, I guess. And then you can check out Infinimist. And there you have them, you know. So just if you're looking to get things, you can do a Helltide timer and everything. It's quite useful. Mobalytics is plenty cool, to be honest. Always fun to work together with them. Poison Enchanted, Armor Breakers. Yeah, we can do that. Best way to farm for the new rings? Well, you do Varshan, and you get yourself Whisper events. Okay, this is working out plenty fine, I would say. Oh, please don't kill me. Ooh. You still can't get past half Lilith HP in your first phase. Well, if you're lacking if you're lacking Grandfather on the Bone Spear, you're lacking a lot of critical strike damage. That's just simple as it is. Honestly, when it comes down to Bone Spear, you shouldn't ask me because literally I do not play Bone Spear. I think Bone Spear is the most boring build in existence. I mean, my Blood build, for example, absolutely obliterates Uber Lilith. First phase, second phase, both phases. It's like a cakewalk in the Kenny Park cakewalk. It's stupid how good it is. And it doesn't need any Uber uniques for that to work. Oh, no, give me your whatever that is. Oh. Hee, you're dead. You stink. Ow. That happens with no damage reduction. But fire resistance. Probably the greatest weakness of this build, that you just essentially like you're your tankiest when you have bone storms running, and you're not tanky when you don't have bone storms running. Then again, this build is essentially made to just have bone storms running, as you can see, permanently. I mean, it's your easiest your easiest whatever to just have bone storms running everywhere, right? This is not a challenge. You're pressing, like, you're holding down your left mouse button, and then you're stutter stepping forward with you're stutter stepping forward with your bloodlands. That's how the build works. Aha, you thought you could hide from me, huh? You cannot hide from me. Okay, I'm probably going to be missing out. Like, I'm going to go up here now to find the last one. And I swear to God, the last one is actually, like, all the way at the bottom there. So I'm just like straight up heading in the wrong direction. We all know we are. But we're too stubborn to turn around. And we're just missing one single one. Are you not run out of essence? I have a level 7 and I have issues with essence. Well, so I make blood orbs on corpse explosion. I continuously corpse explosion. On Bloodlands cast, I consume blood orbs. And when I consume blood orbs, I get 18 essence back. And when I explode a corpse, I also get 9 essence. So in total, I get 27 essence in between, like every time randomly injected. And yeah, that keeps me like completely topped up at any point, as you can see. So how do I always keep essence? It's a very high roll on the healthy blood orb shenanigans shebangs. And in general, just like, you know, knowing how to play this build perfect. You don't need to switch out anything to kill out Ubers. So this build can kill Uber Lilith exactly with what it has on. There's just, you could just make this build more efficient versus Uber Lilith, okay? So, because versus Uber Lilith, you just simply do not need Lidless Wall. It's a wasted item against her. So it's not that you can't kill Uber Lilith exactly with this build. It's just that with like 2 tweaks, it essentially gets vastly more efficient against Uber Lilith, which makes it even more fun to then kill Uber Lilith. I mean, you're just killing her so fast, it's not even funny anymore. Oh wow, I finally died. Oops. Pressed too much forward button. Uber uniques in this build. Right now, this build is capped out. There's no chance to add anything to it. So like, well, okay. So if you have Shaco, you would remove your helmet, and you would obviously use Shaco. That's completely out of question. That's what you obviously would do. Because Shaco is just a no-brainer. But you would then have to sacrifice your chest and put some other things. Put like Shielding Storm on your chest. Okay. So technically, yes, you could put on Shaco, but you need to swap like 2-3 things around for that to work. Grandfather is also possible for this build, but actually Grandfather is just simply not possible for this build. No, let me. For Grandfather, you would have to vastly change this build. You can run Grandfather with like this kind of build. But just not this exact build, because this exact build would get so much worth due to integrating Grandfather. It wouldn't get like a single bit better. It would just literally like go downhill. It's actually funny if like an Uber unique would not improve a build. An Uber unique would just literally make a build weaker. And the only reason I came back here is for this. No one is going to tear my tier 100 scissors away. Is the new ring good for Bone Spear? No. Doombringer? I mean, yeah, you could technically play Doombringer. But again, it's also like one of these, like you could play it. But but there's a different build where Doombringer is more efficient. So I have another version of this build where I'm actually using not the Lidless wall, where I use bone spear, where I use blood wave. And I think like Doombringer is not for dungeon clearing. So Doombringer is a boss killing unique that makes you more efficient at boss killing. So that's something you got to keep in mind. All right, I hit the microphone. That happens when I hit the microphone, then things go south. So what we're doing right now, we are trying to get that corpse explosion glyph maxed out, so we have even more corpse explosion shebang happening. What does Doombringer do to help it kill bosses? Well, Doombringer gives you more damage due to lucky hit procs, but it also gives you 26% more life, which gives you more fortify, which in total gives you more damage. Yeah. Feels bad putting those Uber uniques back in the chest when you grind it for them. I mean, if you have an Uber unique, you just have to have a build that works for your Uber unique. This is going to be horrible, and I can already feel it. So you just gotta have a chat. You just gotta make a build for that unique. I mean, right now I made a build for the Sacriligious ring. So this is oh ow. This is not like a build that works with, like, you know, for this dungeon I put on Soulbound back on. This is not a build that works without the ring. It does, but it gets vastly more clunky. So yes, can you play this without the Sacriligious ring? You could, but it wouldn't just feel good. And with the Sacriligious ring, it feels very good. So it's literally a build made for this, right? Made for this item. With this item in mind, purposefully using that to the best extent possible. Oh, I think my wife might have just gotten my cable. I need to check upstairs because my dog barked. My dog barked, and that means there might have been the mailman. I'm sorry, Chad, that my dog barks at the mailman. He's a tiny dog. He can't even hurt you. He's literally like non-existent tiny teddy bear. See, if I didn't have the damage reduction here, these beasts would just continuously tear me apart. So yeah, where was I stuck now? Ah, yeah. Like the same goes for Uber uniques. So if you really want to use Uber uniques to the max, you gotta make builds that are just made for the Uber uniques, right? Or with the Uber uniques in mind. Like I can use Grandfather in a blood build, but then I'll just use the build and then I'll just use the build completely different. Did you see this dog? My dog looks like a tiny Ewok. Because he is, in fact, a tiny Ewok. They're illegal in Germany. Which animal isn't illegal in Germany? Let's be fair. And all the cool pets are illegal, guys. You can't have tiny monkeys. You can't have a lemur. You can't have an otter, I think. I don't know. Everything is illegal in Germany. We kind of care for the animals, you know? I don't think you can have a pet owl in Germany, but I'm not sure. I would like to have a pet owl. Pet owls are really cute. But I heard they sting too. Lions and tigers are legal? But I think if you're a zoo, right? But I think you're also heavily controlled, aren't you? Perfection. Who doesn't like just destroying everything, Chan? It's so weird when the event is over, but there's still monsters alive, but you can already run away. I mean, not that I want a pet lion, because who the hell would want a pet lion? Seriously. You know how expensive that would be? What? You didn't even rush me. I'm a very not fan of animal themed dungeons, guys. I'm finally my equipment broke. Have to have a wildlife license in the USA for now. Okay. I get the new ring through doing Varshan, yes. I could build the perfect Necro with current skill abilities power gun, and you had all the uniques, and there would be a viable endgame. What would you play? If Shadow build. Shadow build with Doombringer probably. I don't feel like that should have killed me. But then again, it's kind of like down to not having my barrier running, right? This is where you feel like that 20,000 HP is not enough. But it's like 20,000 HP is enough in case you have your barrier running, right? The thing of Hoda Barb, boring. But again, I find boring just boring. Just boring. I find Barb just boring. That's the ring. And you need it as a 1 second roll, or you might as well go home. Okay. Using Blood Surge best suits me now. Blood Surge is one of my favorite personally. One of my personal favorite builds still. When you just run around and Blood Surge whole rooms with the press of one button, that's like, it couldn't be better. Right? So much fun. So brilliant. He hates you. Yeah, that bear hates me. The problem with wildlife dungeons is that essentially every minion does like so much damage, right? I mean, if you compare this to Leviathan's Maw here right now, there's a bunch of minions in, but none of these minions does like, sure there's the how they're called again? There's the snakes, and the snakes can do a nasty stun. But apart from the nasty stun, there's like nothing that does high damage one hits. They all like do like some like, you know, there's a bunch of weak enemies that do like a wee bit of damage, but nothing that's like scary, essentially, right? This is like where you choose your dungeon wisely, so you get like types of enemies that just don't care. So the new ring and bone spear is essentially just to make essence for you as well. When you have to consider that the new ring every 9 seconds gives you free essence. Okay, as long as you have corpses. And that's kind of like how you have to look at it, right? So the ring essentially says automatic corpse explosion, automatic corpse tendrils, but at the same time it says every second, every 1 second, as long as there's a corp, you get free 9 essence and you get free 9% more damage. That's what the ring says. It just doesn't say it on the ring, you know? That's literally the implication of using the ring. That's what happens when you're using the ring, and that's why it's then so strong. Because of like the implication of what it does, and not only that, because every fifth corpse it gives you 40% bonus damage, right? So it not only does what I just said, it does even more than that. Because of the 40% bonus damage on top. So even better than we already mentioned, huh? This one is one of the few kill all minion dungeons I like, because it like pulls everyone so nicely together at some point. Look at them all dying. Like, I don't know, there's a linearity about this that none of the other of these kill all dungeons has. Are you just stuck there? Step son, father, mom, dad, step sibling? Yeah, I'll come back when I quickly have more essence. You know, when I'm actually producing corpses, because you notice, right? Like on him, despite throwing my lances on him with like 50% lucky hit, you're just not getting a single proc on Hood Flesh. And I don't know what it is, but it just literally feels like that Hood Flesh is not working as intended. I'm the first one to say it, chat. But it was just so much more last season. Like, you felt like you constantly had corpses. And now no matter which build I play, and we're talking about Shadow or Bone, like well, whatever build I play, it just feels always like that there's just no corpses coming. Not a good feel. Let me tell you that. Oh god, everyone is summoning in this room. Everyone and their granny. Everyone dead yet? No? Hello, Boobudge. Good to see you there. Also, thank you for the 66 months of support, Boobudge. I hope you're feeling well. Life finds you good. And we're all looking forward to a very good week, chat. I mean, it's already Wednesday. No, Thursday, Tuesday, Wednesday. It's Wednesday, right? Yeah. Sorry. Sorry, chat. Slight confusion. Lost track of reality. Because who needs reality when you're a content creator? Exactly. Overrated. Living in your own little bubble anyways. Have you seen Macrobio Boys, Black River, and The Ring? Literally released Lilith in seconds. I've seen it. I'm planning to do a different build, but similar. But yes, like right now it's absolutely powerful because the automatic corpse explosion plus Black River kind of works. So what we're talking about is, guys, that when you're using Black River and you're using the ring, that it would also trigger Black River, which is kind of interesting because that means like it's going to be like. Right? Do you have a shadow build with Doombringer? I haven't made one yet because I don't have Doombringer, simply. But the basic idea is that you would get rid of one of your damaging aspects and replace it through Doombringer. I mean, you could also play Doombringer instead of X-Felds because Doombringer and X-Felds technically do the same if you think about it. But that's a technically they do the same because they actually don't... Oh my goodness, I'm stuck. Because they don't actually do the same because the mere multiplier from I'm stuck. The mere base damage from X-Felds is bigger. That makes a big difference, to be honest. And also Doombringer, just from a thingy from like what Doombringer does, it just feels better if you would actually play Doombringer in a blood build because of the bonus life. Because why would you have 26% bonus life in anything but a blood build, right? It makes no sense. Okay, for every 5 intelligence, corpse skills give you slight... This is not even giving you any interesting increase in damage. I need more time. To be honest. Yeah, it's not a big increase in damage. But I still wanted leveled up to kind of check out. Monster overpower resist. Yikes. Monsters take reduced shadow damage over time. Fully upgraded Doombringer gets 41.4% life. Yeah, but more life is not helpful if you don't have the armor. So that's like the thing. Having like 30,000 life or 35,000 life is not helpful if you don't have the armor to support that. But if you're going for an overpower build, then it's obviously really nice, right? I love my Black River Shadow build. I just have my Black River lying around and I just never get to use it. I don't know what it is, but I don't like Black River just seems such a boring thing. It just whenever I used it in previous season, it turned out that you're just running out of corpses, right? That's been my problem. You're just literally running out of corpses. And that just does feel bad. And I'm already running out of corpses with this build. Also, there was an interesting thought of playing Black River in this build, but not for the, like, so you get multiple corpse explosions and you get more blood orbs, which would work against these packs here. But also you're getting to the point for why even do it? Because as you can see, we're already getting rid of it like that, right? So the more wouldn't do more for us. It would just essentially not make the build better, right? We're already doing the more. We don't need more. Play the Skeepers. Could be godly for Abattoir of Zir. Yes. I mean, like, Black River is going to be a thought for Abattoir of Zir. I mean, right now, I think I'm going to go with a blood build. I'm going to be trying the Tempest Necro. So, like, tomorrow, today's Blood Necro, guys. We're going to be farming tier 100 dungeons to level the last glyphs up. And then... in the coming days... we'll be playing Full Shadow again with... oh, no, I'm not interested in helping you. We're going to be playing Full Shadow again. And this time, we're going to be rocking Ixfeld's Corroded Signet and the new Sacrilegious ring. I'm not sure if we're going to run Black River because I'm going to also run Tempest. So we're going to run Lidless Wall. And I am not sure how we'll end up, like, if we end up having enough of everything to make it work. You know, I might just end up needing too many aspect items and everything and not enough slots. We'll see. Okay, have I not found, like, a single keeper yet? Seriously? How's that even a thing? Very annoying if you can't find the keeper. Keeper dead. Boop. Sorry, the one thing I hate about this dungeon, the size of it. The absolute size of this dungeon is atrocious. Beyond belief. You're all dead. Don't forget that blood lances actually get stronger when they lance more people, because the more people blood lance lances, the more like damage it does, you know, and then it just keeps lancing, and then you keep lancing, and then lancing and lancing and lance and lance. The new star armor sets are so cool. I've actually not looked at a single star armor set. Any one of you actually spend money in this game? Black River is super good. You just smashed a tier 100 at level 94. Yeah, but you could do it without Black River. That's the whole point. You know? So 94 with an Infinimus build or a Lidless Wall build is like normal to clear tier 100s with, kind of, you know? And that's what I'm saying. Like, where do you need? Where does Black River come in? But I'm just not a believer, you know? I need to finally give Black River an honest try again, so I can be happy, you know. I've tried it out. I'm gonna be lazy, chat. We're gonna take chin. I wanted to be lazy and take this conduit shrine. Then I died on my way to the conduit shrine. This is what happens, chat. You want to be lazy. See, I wanted to be lazy, got myself killed so that I would be teleported closer to the boss fight. 400 IQ, that's what you call it. Okay, fully fortified. Let me put on my, just for the YOLOs. So just have the Bone Spirit chest with me. Because why not? In the jungle, the mighty jungle. We have him staggered in a second. I think we're like one thingy from stagger away. Give me my blood mist. Don't mind me, just yeah. There's the stagger and there's the 5 million. Oh, how stupid. Okay, exclamation finally. Come on, give me that max level. Then I'm gonna be happy little potato. Is the Bloodlands? Yes, this is Bloodlands. Just smashing through tier 100 dungeons. It's probably my most fun build at this point. I'm not sure if Tempest is gonna be more fun, but this is already like just straight up brilliant from a gameplay combination speed. Okay, that is bad. That is bad. I still need pants that have total armor percentage. So, oh, that is a chest that has nothing. Good, good. No. Actually, no. Nope. 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 That's almost a high roll on corpse tendrils. That's a high roll on Essence. That's a high roll on Bloodlands. Jesus. Okay. What's the UPC going to run optimum? Right now, we need to swap the main board to be able to use the capture card at 4K, 2K. Because the main board is having a weird hardware limitation that it shouldn't have. And that's the last thing that's holding it back. But everything is working right now perfectly and flawlessly. I mean, I have all my systems installed. We're streaming to YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, Twitter, everywhere at the same time. We have Duriel subscribing with his 41 months of support. We have you, sir, exactly sitting there with your Prime sub, just hovering over the button and clicking it right now. Thank you very much. And generally, an amazing community that just enjoys Diablo, hopefully, right? Having our dear good time. My burden is too full. My burden is too full. Let me open another tier 100 dungeon. Inferno. Oh god, I don't want to do Backstabbers. We just learned that Backstabbers is just absolutely deserted underpass. I mean, they have monster overpower resist, and that's going to be like so stupid to fight against. But hey, we'll just do one, right? When are we going to do Duriel? 30 minutes? Let's do a few more, and then we invite the community to Duriel. But I get so many whispers. I do world bosses. I do PvP thingies. I do the Dry Stabs Legion events. I usually do the Blood Harvest every single time. I mean, whispers are growing on trees. And they're just waiting for you to pick them up. Right? They're growing on trees, John. Get it? The new ring also casts the priest. Yes, the new ring also casts the priest every 8 seconds, which is very useful. Problem is that minion builds are just not that good. For me, personally, the best part about the new ring is the corpse tendril. Because I think this is something that is way overlooked, but the amount of stagger that corpse tendril does is insane. Like you're doing so much stagger already as a Necro, and now you get double corpse tendrils plus the curse to essentially also stagger. Like you're getting just stagger free real estate the whole time. And I mean, for clearing tier 100 dungeons, nothing better than just continuously like pulling your enemies together and staggering them. Right? Slay all enemies. Slay all enemies. Doop, doop, doop. Doo, doo, doo. Right now, I don't even have to care. I can just damage everything, and then like the things behind me are just gonna get pulled together by my corpse tendrils, and then we just keep on keeping on, and then we just keep on keeping on even harder. You know, everything just dies from alone. Well, we still have an unbeatable barrier running that just prevents us from ever being able to die in any way. It's perfection. Da, 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 da. Oh, I think I finally ran out of essence there for a millisecond. I know, horrible. Okay, finally, we're missing one enemy. What do you feel about the drop rates for the Ubers? I got one Uber now in like 50 or 60 Duriels. I think that's fine. I mean, Ubers are still meant to be Ubers, and not a single build needs an Uber to work, right? So I think like we due to getting all the uniques right now, people are a bit pampered, and obviously some streamers have killed like 500 Duriels already, right? So it's a little bit like Ubers are still Ubers and supposed to be Ubers. Want to sell Duriel set for 100 million gold? I mean, who's gonna spend 100 million gold on a Duriel set? People do that, right? People just so lazy to farm. Oh, it means so lazy to farm. Actually, like if you're doing a lot of Duriels, I think like with the trading Discord, the amount of money you could make is crazy. Because Duriel drops 925 items, right, John? And like I have just disenchanted a lot of almost perfect items. But if you would actually put these items on the trading hub, like in the trading Discord, the amount of money you could make is quite nice. But then again, what do you want to do with all that money? No, that boss almost wanted to like tussle, Chan. Just like, look at me. Suddenly started doing damage. Ain't having that. Pull everything together. Like these things are the only thing in this dungeon that's truly dangerous for you. Right? Because they could technically with one of their like super wombo combos take you out. I don't need what I break is good if for my what I don't need what I break is what. Using the new ring? Yes, we're using the new ring. Resuming. And we're reading chat when we shouldn't, huh? Melted Heart of Selig is dope. The only drop I got. Melted Heart of Selig is trash for Necros at least. So, yes. Melted Heart of Selig can be good. If you're not a Necro, then you might find some use of it. But as a Necro, it's kind of like, yeah. Sadness, sadness. Do, 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 do. And we're done. Oh wow, I'm just the amount of nightmare sigils I'm getting is something. Inferno. Wasn't Inferno like super fun just a second ago? Monster lifesteal. Well, What could possibly go wrong? Oh, did I just start a new nightmare dungeon without leveling my glyph up? I do it. I do it. I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot, Chan. It's okay. I'm doing nightmare dungeons for fun and not to level up my glyphs anyways. Yeah. That's your opinion. Can you make the same build with a new ring and blood surge? Yes, you can. We already have a build on the channel that is similar to this, and you essentially just have to add the ring into it. I will say, though, that the Bloodlands build, I think, profits more from the ring than the Blood Surge build, because the Blood Surge build just doesn't work that good together with Blood Orbs, right? So, like, the aspect of the Embalmer that gives us here right now the Blood Orbs and everything together, that is just so good for Bloodlands. But the Blood Orbs on Blood Surge are merely nice to have, but they're not empowering the build. So that being said now, does work, yes, but doesn't like make things go super crazy. Make out of that what you want. Use that knowledge to whatever it means to an end. Just keep it in mind. Oh, great. Frost enchanted, lightning enchanted, and fire. Cool, cool, cool. How about no? Yep. Who made you so big? What about Tempest build instead of aspect with, what about Tempest build? We're definitely going to play it in the Tempest build. Don't forget that the Corpse Explosion aspect is played for a different reason. So in the Tempest build, you're playing the Corpse Explosion aspect because the Corpse Explosion aspect also gives you a cooldown reduction on the Blood Mist. Okay? So exploding those corpses gives you then like the cooldown reduction, and that's kind of like what you want, because you want to have your Blood Mist always available. So don't forget why you're actually using something, because you might then end up with, you know, not having it when you need it. Go into ruins. I didn't pick up more. What is the new ring? The new ring is called the Sacrilegious Soul Ring, which gives you auto corpse cast and auto skeleton cast and auto corpse tendrils, and it's like really useful and powerful. Just imagine being able to automatically cast your corpses. Like for this build, it's pretty evident. So usually you have to choose between using Bloodlands or Corpse Explosion, right? It's either this or that. You can't use both at the same time. But this actually changes when you start playing this build, because now I can use Bloodlands and Corpse Explosion at the same time, because my Corpse Explosion is automatically happening. I won't have to do anything for it, right? The Corpse Explosion will happen no matter what I do. And that is really what empowers the build so greatly, because right now I'm just going, right? And I'm just continuously Bloodlancing. I'm just like, there's no second where I'm not Bloodlancing as I'm zooming through the dungeon. And usually that time where I'm continuously Bloodlancing would actually be spent Corpse Explosioning, but not with this build, because you're busy Bloodlancing. Poor little demon that I don't actually have to kill, and I still decided to kill because of reasons. How are you and how's the family? Well, wife's foot slowly healing, even though she's still going crazy on the daily. I mean, who wants to lie around with a broken foot? Granny is today here, so she's gonna, like, we can actually have a longer stream, guys. Usually my stream ends at 2 p.m. so in 1.5 hours already, but it might be that we have a little bit longer stream today. Not sure though, because I also need to do some tech stuff, so it's kind of like the two-edged sword, right? I finally have a finally have a chance to do our normal length stream and don't have to cut it short because I need to pick up the children. But then at the same time as I could do that, I technically also have other things to do. Yeah. Problems, chat. I'm sorry for bothering you. Hope you're all doing good. Which one of your builds is best for Grandfather? I mean, right now, I would play Grandfather in a Bloodlands build, but a different one than you see here right now. So I would play Grandfather in the Bloodlands build that uses triple Blood Wave. Because then you could guarantee that you're having always enough essence to kill like crazy. And I would definitely not play it with the essence of the Embomber together. So I would go back to the T-Bolt's Will build where dashing gives us essence. Okay. And in that build where dashing... Oh, wow. I just died. In that build where dashing gives us essence, that's where I would be... Yeah, that's what I would be looking for. You have a regular schedule. I stream every day from 8 a.m. to 2 or 4 p.m. The YouTube streams, the streams on Twitch are daily apart from Saturdays. The streams on YouTube are always if I have a good topic to stream for you. Because you all know how it is on YouTube. Like, you can just press live, but I prefer to give my streams an actual theme if I'm already going to stream on YouTube. Like today, we're actually farming tier 100 dungeons with Bloodlands, and we can answer every question about Bloodlands for you, right? So that's today's theme. I need to figure out which visitor is actually lurking downstairs. That is Christina's mom, or if that was my package. Actually, check on Amazon if my package is there, huh? Then we can reposition the camera and finally use the green screen again. If I may ask another question. Nope, there's only one question per person. I'm sorry. We gotta stick to the quota. First come, first serve. So, read somewhere that some builds don't want to upgrade Metamorphosis. No, that's stupid. Like, so people are saying don't upgrade Metamorphosis because of T-Bolt's Will and the way how T-Bolt's Will works. But I will say that that is still stupid. Like, it doesn't matter. You can just wholeheartedly upgrade T-Bolt's Will and not give a goddamn about it. Like, you can just upgrade it because the difference is not really there. It's not as big as people make it out to be. Like, you get a little bit more essence, yes, but the main important thing about T-Bolt's Will is having like permanently the damage bonus up, and that is just way easier to achieve with an upgraded power, simple as it is. So yeah, make out of that what you think. Is it worth running Sacrilegious with a 1.4 roll? Yes, absolutely. I mean, you want a 1 second roll, but 1.4 would be fine. Have we learned anything really good or really bad regarding the ring? I had to remove my howl to fit it in, for example. Well, you have to remove your howl for it to fit, for example, and you're losing 40% damage due to this. But on the other hand, you're gaining another free corpse explosion that even triggers while you're corpse explosioning. So, like, you might lose some damage on every corpse explosion, but every 1 second you get +1 corpse explosion that does the damage of your actual corpse explosion. So the question rather is, did you actually lose damage, you know? Yeah. Can you run the ring in the Bloodless Scream build? We will try to make that work, Ank, because I think in the Bloodless Scream build, if we could run it, it would make the Bloodless Scream build be tons better. But it might be heavy to find the space for it, if I'm honest with you. Drifting. Okay, wait a second. Drifting Shade my ass. Storm Mains Wrath my ass. Lightning Storm my ass. Drifting Shade. I just hate Drifting Shade. I literally don't want to play Drifting Shade. I want to play everything but Drifting Shade. Heathen's Keep. Which one is Heathen's Keep? I mean, they have overpower resist, but I don't care. I want to see. Are you in Munich? Munich? No, Germany has one time zone. So there's no multiple time zones in Germany. We're a one time zone country. The time in Germany is everywhere the same. If someone is from the north, the south, west, east, wherever, yeah. You start a version 20 times, you still haven't gotten the ring, then you get really unlucky. I mean, usually it's like every 10, 15 tries, you should be getting the ring, I guess. They really made it relatively easy to get it. And I'm saying that, and I know you're... Sir, I don't appreciate the backhanded slipper slapper you just granted me there. He was just like, listen, pony. Bram. We don't appreciate that. I mean, these big guys are one of the few things that can still kill me, right? I don't know what it is, Chad, but I like dungeons versus the church. I don't know. I like the church opponents. Maybe it's just fun murdering the church. I don't know what it is. I know this is literally for me one of the worst opponents because they can just kill you, right? Due to the one-hit potential they have. But I just like it. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I just want to see him suffer for everything they have done or haven't done, right? For the evil they have been doing. Maybe I just want to see them suffer. Who knows? Yeah, they're some of the only ones that can really be still like super dangerous to you, apart from animal opponents, obviously. Animal opponents are always dangerous. I wish I could get attack speed into this. It would be so nasty if I could. Wait, am I just like... Is that middle part the thing where it would have to go down the whole time? I didn't. Blood Bishop took you a bit long. Actually, the interesting part about Blood Bishop is that he's super easy to kill with this build. Because the Blood Bishop makes his blood orbs. So he makes these blood blisters, right? And the blood blisters can actually... spawn blood orbs and corpses. So if you do corpse tendrils and these corpse tendrils latch onto the blood blisters he does, these like then you'll spawn blood orbs, and that will fortify you more and give you more essence and everything. So it's kind of like interesting that he's actually spelling his own doom, you know? Which of the builds is overall the best for Nightmare Dungeons like Duriel and Lilith? That's the Bloodlands build with the Bloodlands build with Bloodwave is the ultimate boss killer. Because you just Bloodwave, you get all the blood orbs, and then you just destroy. You press the hard destroy button. I've never had an easier time than with that. I mean, you could almost play a full unique. You could almost play a full unique Necro for Uber Lilith. I mean, you want T-Bolt's Will, you want Godslayer Crown, you want the Blood Moon Breaches, you want it like the chest for consuming blood orbs for bonus damage, all that kind of stuff. We have a purple outline because I think it looks pretty damn cool, and you can do that in the options. In case you didn't know this, it's an option. You want to look cool, or if you tend to lose your character, like I don't know if you've played the game since season 1, guys, but the visibility on Necro used to be horrible. Yeah, like you didn't used to see anything. You're like, where's my Necro? You know, I'm playing a character, I don't see him. You know, I haven't seen my character in a while because he's stuck in the miasma you're making, right? Something to think about. And they drastically improved that. I mean, like you have to imagine that when you feel like you pooping out dark clouds of doom and you barely see anything. Well, it used to be 400 times worse. So Stop complaining. You can change the color of your mouse cursor. Yeah, I'm kind of okay with the white one. The white one makes me lose it less. So there's the Blood Bishop. You curse him, you throw your thingies, you make some corpses. And now again, what I said is whenever the Blood Bishop makes his weird ass blood orbs around him, okay? Whenever he summons like the things that like are supposed to protect him. These blood orbs now, when you corpse tendril them, they can give you corpses, but they also get lanced, and if they get lanced, that's useful. But not only can they give corpses and get lanced, they also come on, reset. They also get like due to getting lanced, they're increasing your damage because like lances when they keep lancing and then they lance again and then the lancing of the lances increases your damage overall. In case you didn't know that. Because if lances get stuck in other things and then there's more lances and then, yeah, lanception. Is Bloodmoon Breaches good on the Surge build? So Bloodmoon Breaches are good on paper, but sadly they're just not good overall. I've tried now so many times with the Bloodmoon Breaches, but every single time it's the question, do you rather want to have Bloodmoon Breaches or do you want to have T-Bolt's Will? And we kind of return back to T-Bolt's Will. See, like the Bloodmoon Breaches are cool. Ladies and gentlemen, talking about the Bloodmoon Breaches, they're quite cool. Don't get me wrong, but the problem is they give you like the 70% increased overpower damage, and they give you damage reduction from cursed enemies. So that's kind of cool. But the T-Bolt's Will also gives you like 50 essence on dash. So you might get a little bit more damage with this. But if you get 50 essence on dash and 50 essence is another 4 blood lances, what's better? Having a slight better multiplier or getting 4 more lances that give you 4 more lances towards your free overpower? And yeah, that's what you have to put into the grand scheme of things in your head, right? Necro's great, but Hota? I mean, Hota's amazing, Jay, but who compares one class to the other? Like, yes, Barbarian is crazy, and if I wanted to do 100 million damage, I would play Barbarian, but I don't want to do 100 million damage, right? I am not interested. Could you do a viable Necro build with a Grandfather? Yes, like there is multiple. You would either maximize Shadow Blight as the damage, or you would maximize Bone Spear, or you would use Grandfather on this. The Banished Lord's Talisman gives you increased overpowered damage on your critical strikes. Then you would play Grandfather instead of Lidless Wall and this one. And you would essentially drop the Bloodlands, picking up Blood Orbs. Now you would drop the Potent Blood. You would still play the Bloodlands, picking up Blood Orbs. And you would probably drop the Sacrilegious Ring. And you would be playing Grasping Veins still. And then you would maximize everything on Critical Strike to really just be able to Critical Strike whoever is your opponent. Yeah. Nope. 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 No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Everything is just terrible. Bloodmoon Breaches. I have Bloodmoon Breaches already, so. I get disenchanted. Bloodmoon Breaches should say casting a curse, also cast the others. So my problem with Bloodmoon Breaches is right now. That your minions have a 7% chance to curse enemies. This is really cool. But it should be a lucky hit. So imagine, like, okay, let's put on our thinking caps, guys. Yes? Max life, damage reduction from curse, damage, like ranks to curse skills, ranks to amplify damage. Your minions have a chance to curse, but fuck minions for a second. I like minions though. But let's say this would say 20% chance or 10% chance to curse an enemy. Lucky hit. That would allow you to not play Decrepify anymore in your bar. So with the Bloodmoon Breaches, you could curse enemies for free. That would be fantastic. And that would like make it really good. Okay. So 1 second, I need to run on the toilet or I'm going to pee my pants. We're going to kill the PvP boss then quickly. So that's kind of like what we want to do. We'll do one more Nightmare 100 dungeon and then we'll do Duriel with the community. I'll be quickly right back. Okay. How to find his Necro build? You say how to find his Necro build. And then I post it in the chat. There you go. 1 Prime sub, please. Thank you very much. We get your back. No problem. Through the thick and the thin. No, poison enchanted. What should possibly go wrong? Not a fan of Leviathan's Maw, though. Thank you very much, Raiden. I appreciate it. Happy to have you there as a Prime subscriber. And Anonymous, thank you for gifting a sub away. That is very kind of you. Jackson, thank you for the 3 months of support. Very good welcome and great to see you there. How well doing? The Prime sub! Represent. Can you explain how to play the build you're on? New to Necro, listening only. Okay, Papa. Let's do an educational one. This build works following. You're gonna make Bone Storm. Bone Storm gives you damage reduction and critical strike. By damaging enemies outside of the Bone Storm, due to the Lilith wall, you make more Bone Storms. If you are out of essence, you make Blood Mist, Corpses. Corpses get consumed by your ring that automatically casts things. That makes even more Blood Orbs. These Blood Orbs picking up gives you essence, and then you can keep Blood Lancing things. Blood Lance works the following, that it pierces enemies, and the more enemies you pierce, the more damage it does, lingering in enemies to the enemies that it's lingering in. So Bloodlines is kind of considered like an area of effect damage that kind of sticks into the booty of your enemies, and then it kind of like does damage over time, but not really damage over time. Yeah, and that's how it works. Quite simple, to be honest, right? A 3-year-old could play this. I hope everything made sense to you. Wonker, good to see you there. The Curse Aura, we all missed the Curse Aura. Got and Duriel's Visage. I hate to tell you this, but yeah, Visage is one of the worst for Necros. I think you can still play Visage in a Shadow build because the damage from Visage can actually crit. Okay, so this is something very important. The damage from Visage can crit. Okay, the damage from Visage can get higher from your Shadow Blight key passive stacking. You just have no synergy with poison damage, but you can make Visage be more deadly. Okay, it's just not gonna be efficient. So like you can make it work, but it won't be like crazy good. Also, Julian, good to see you there. Julian Battleball. I like that name. Guten Tag. Or should I say Guten Tag to our Dutch viewership? Also, yes, chat, the new PC is running like a charm. I've been editing videos this morning and it has been as smooth as it has never been. My file transfer speeds are finally up again. I'm not having an issue with the SSD anymore. That things are lagging beyond belief. I can finally play things in 4K ultra resolution, everything maxed out without worrying that it will lag a single time. My Photoshop is working well, finally, right? I got my 8 terabyte NAS running with another 12 terabyte NAS on the side. We got everything. Everything is just perfect. We have sorted finally our video editing documents a little bit better, so it's not that much pain in the ass anymore. Yeah, we're on the updraft, Chad. Everything is essentially better. I can't wait to actually play a graphically demanding game though. So we're right now, I mean, we have like now the killer PC and we're playing Diablo, which is graphically good looking, but it's not graphically like a demanding game, right? It's not like a game that is gonna like 400% stress your graphic card. So I don't know what the next game is gonna be that's graphically demanding, to be honest. Like if there's actually a game coming, is there anything like next gen super level? Like what's the next game that's gonna be like, wow, this looks so good? Yeah, seriously, what are we waiting for? I mean, we were all hoping that Starfield was gonna be looking good, but we all knew Starfield was actually not gonna be like a graphic eye candy piece, super piece, because it's running like on a way too old engine to be like eye candy. But is there anything planned? When are we going to see a Blood Moon Breaches build? You already got a Blood Moon Breaches build in case you missed it. That is my Blood Wave Blood Moon Breaches Lilith Melting build. It will work good with Mendel. No, it won't. Blood skills generally have a very shitty lucky hit chance, so they are natively not working good with Mendel. Also, Mendel wants crit, not overpower, to work really good. So again, Mendel also not working well with Blood Moon Breaches. So the whole thought of minions and Blood Moon Breaches together is actually not really good, because you also want to sacrifice minions to actually get the maximum overpower damage. So again, like the actual idea of mixing minions with Blood Moon is kind of, oh god, I didn't look at the screen, I'm gonna be honest. So like the main idea of that is it's not actually there because it doesn't synergize at all. How about 8 balls of lightning builds lagging though? I mean, like that's probably still going to be lagging things, but that has to do something in the game files. I mean, I don't know if you remember this, but Bloodlands used to lag the whole game because there was a way how Bloodlands calculations work that would literally break dungeons. That was season 1. I'm not sure what was again causing it, but there was something about Bloodlands that was literally, yeah, it was just breaking the game. Thoughts on resource gen on gear versus lucky hit for blood? You don't need lucky hit in this build at all. Resource generation is definitely working better, but again, you also don't need resource generation. The resource generation is literally picking up blood orbs, so that's like that. Just pick up blood orbs. Like you don't rely on lucky hit because your way to make resources is fixed. So you're always getting resources. Blood Moon only works on blood skills. No. Blood Moon is overpowered damage in general, I think, right? Yeah, overpowered damage in general. But like Ring of Mendeln does maximum. So this is here. Enemies affected increase damage from overpower. But Ring of Mendeln scales best with crit. Because the overpowered chance is 3%. But the crit chance of your minions can be higher than 3%. What do you think about Last Epoch as an ARPG? We talked about this. No matter what I think about Last Epoch, it's dead on Twitch. Okay? So no matter how much I might like Last Epoch, no matter how much I would be interested in Last Epoch, let's open Twitch for a second here. Twitch TV Last Epoch. Epoch, however you pronounce it. This is here Last Epoch. Epoch. This is the category, 59 viewers. Now let's go also to YouTube and type in Last Epoch Guide, I guess. And 8,000 views, 133,000 views. That's good. Completely get 14K view, 5K views, 56 views, all from Tankiel, to be honest. The only viewer, 20, that's 7 months ago, 3 weeks ago, 15, 8. Well, that's Macro B, your boy. Well done. So yeah, like it's like, not only is it dead on Twitch, it's also not really there on YouTube. And end of the day, I'm a content creator. You know, end of the day, I make a living out of this. So yeah. Lidless Wall has a specific place to drop. Yes, Lord Zir drops it. Lord Zir is Potent Blood. Right now I have 26. You need 9 to summon him. Potent Blood you get from Legion events and world bosses. Right? If you really want graphical amazing, try to run Star Citizen. Yeah, it could be, but I'm just not interested in Star Citizen. Isn't there nothing releasing this year? What's with Space Marine 2? When is Space Marine 2 releasing? Space Marine 2 release. Did they push it back again? It's planned in 2023, right? So that could be interesting. I mean, I'm not, like, don't understand me wrong, guys. I'm not saying stream whatever gives you views. I mean, we're actually not streaming Diablo because it gives me views. I do like Diablo. It's really funny. I mean, we swapped from doing Warzone content to Diablo content, and my first video was a complete failure. I mean, like before we do the boss here, you wanna see what happened? Like if we go back to our humble beginnings with Diablo right now, I mean, we started with all the way back. So this was our, like, you know, 14,000, 23,000 Warzone videos. Like, they were doing good, like 40,000 Warzone video, right? Like, we were doing good views. That's 50,000. And then we did our first video that was only 13K views. Compare that, like, to a 40K view video, you felt like inadequate, right? Then we have a 4K view video. Then we had a 40K video, so that was nice. Then we had a 3K video that was bad, right? And then like this is our first video like for Minion Necro, 100K views. It's kind of nice. So like sometimes you just gotta go with what works with your community. You know, I mean, if you're having fun and your community likes it more than the other game, I guess it's a no-brainer, right? When the only problem starts when you're forcing yourself to play something you're actually not enjoying, then you're just working on a nice little burnout, right? That's where you start working on a nice little burnout. As long as you're enjoying the games and your community enjoys them too, bring it on. No corpses. Gotta wait to make corpses. See, like, sometimes you just don't make corpses, and then things are weird. Okay, so who wants to kill Duriel, chat? But who also does have Duriel mats? I can sponsor one Duriel. If you have a Duriel yourself, that would be fantastic. Then we can kill it together. So who's with me? Who wants to mingle and tingle? That is Shawnee. Harley, you can just join. You should be able. It's 3 corpse explosion, max life, shadow resistance, blood orb healing. Wow, it started so good. And then it just went downhill like a freaking wrecking ball. You have 3, Shawnee? Well, that sounds good. Let's go. Thank you, everyone, by the way, always willing to do this with me. I've given up on minion builds. You have given up on minion builds. We'll do another minion build. I promise you it's going to be good in like 3 to 4 days, okay? You'll have to wait for me. I am sorry. I can't release it beforehand. How well does this build do versus Lilith? We can show you if you want to. I mean, there is this build base version versus Lilith, and then there's an upgraded version of this versus Lilith. Because technically, this version is meant for nightmare dungeon pushing, right? And if you're then facing Lilith, there's a few tweaks and twerks, twiddles and doodles you can do to be better. For example, versus Uber Duriel right now, I will play Godslayer and I will play Blood Artisans Cuirass. Because it makes no sense to play Soulbrand and the Warlord's Great Helmet versus Duriel. It just doesn't make sense. Right? Blood Surge with the new unique works better than the previous build or still no theory craft? No theory craft yet, but we can do one. We can do one for you. I should be able to swap this build really fast over to Blood Surge. Maybe we're going to do that tomorrow before we swap over to Shadow. Okay? Then we can try this as a Blood Surge. The problem is that the ring is just not making Blood Surge better. Okay? So Blood Surge was not running Corpse Explosion anyways. You know? Like the whole thing. Let me summon the first one. Ta-da. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for a grandfather? No one says that you can't push tier 100s with minions. Again, minions are not bad, but for minions to be good, you also need the right items, right? Like if you don't have minion life items, it just kind of feels shitty to play them. The best part about Duriel, chat, he spawns these maggots, and these maggots leave behind corpses, and these corpses can be corpse tendril, but not only can they get corpse tendril, they also make us essence because they're giving us blood orbs. Now, one thing I haven't noticed is actually my blood lances are tremendously reducing the cooldown of my blood mist, so I can blood mist more often. I just got grandfather earlier. There's only one reason I want grandfather. I don't actually want it for like I don't need it. I just want to see how high can I do blood crits. You know, how high can I really drive blood crits? I just want to see it. Like, I can already do like 10, 12 million without grandfather. So if I get grandfather, like with the multipliers, I could probably do like really, really nice. Oh, like, wait a second, guys. The melted heart of Selig again. Boom. Yesterday we got the melted heart of Selig in case you missed it. I was so happy. I was so happy. I wasn't so happy, Chan. Have you seen the new rings? We're playing the new rings already. Also, by the way, shout out chat. We're over 1,000 viewers on Twitch and over 100 viewers on YouTube. Appreciate it on both ends. I have a few theories that Blood Surge with Ring can make your essence always full with Blood Mist cooldown always up. Just need a few tweaks to test it in game. Oh, Soulbrand. What was Soulbrand again? Oh yeah, Soulbrand is, I have multiple of that. It's beautiful. So Selman, like I'm not saying that Blood Surge minions can't work. It's just like I've reached the stage where solo Blood Surge is just so much more efficient than Blood Surge minions. One thing you could try out with Blood Surge solo would be mixing Shadow into the fray and essentially having the Shadow damage stack to give you 100% bonus over 180% bonus damage permanent. That could be interesting. I think it's something that could work. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cincuento, seis. Someone reset my cooldown. The worst part still playing with a bunch of Necros, guys. Not everyone can have his curse on the enemy. But look at the cooldown of my Blood Mist when I actually Bloodlance in. It's just very efficiently working. Interesting. Oh, do I have the Blood Artisans. Yeah, I wasn't sure if I had the Blood Artisans running. I'm committed to staying Shadow. Well, you can use the Grandfather in Shadow. It is absolutely possible. You would then try to maximum crit Shadow Blight. So don't worry, you can actually be used. You can also use Ixfeld's Corroded Signet, and then with Grandfather, you can have your things maximum crit, like your shadow damage, explosions. You can make the maximum crit. So like again, Grandfather is super possible in in Necro in many ways. Right? And it's just mad that Rob one-shots the boss. It's just Upheaval Barbarian. I mean, Upheaval Barbarian is nice, don't get me wrong, but it's just that. Beautiful, but boring at the same time. And I enjoy, like, pumping at least some damage into him, I guess. Necros need one more slot in equipment's earrings. Chat, we need earrings. Earrings. Do you know a build with Black River that's not Infinity Mist? Technically, you can play a minion build with Black River to make more corpses through the minions. Technically. That's like... Is it possible to solo kill Duriel without Uber? Yes, yes. I mean, Duriel is simple. Duriel is so simple. Like, what? You just have to be level, what, 85 to 90, decent build, and you kill him. I mean, Lightning Ball Sword can kill him already on level 75, you know? Like, no, Duriel is like, you don't need crazy build. Like, you can kill him so early. And even if you can't kill him early, just ask, like, just say, I want to kill Duriel, and the people are going to start eating your ass. They're going to be like, please take me. Like one of your French girls, you know? No question. I mean, people are horny for Duriel. They want it so bad. Right? Ow. Stun me once, haha. Stun me twice, haha. So. I make a second Necro to try Bone Spear out. It's so much work to change Blood Surge, and I love it. I usually am the same, but I am just too lazy to make another Necro this season. So I respec. I have multiple sets of equipment just waiting for me, right? My Ball of Lightning Sword killed Lilith at 76. Screenshot it, but unsurprising. Yes, unsurprising, as you say. It's kind of like, you know, that's what you're supposed to do. Coming back to the YouTube comments saying, I did everything you did with Bone Spear earlier. And you're like, yeah, congratulations. You did it with Bone Spear. Like, obviously, you did it with Bone Spear. Shaco, chat, it's Shaco. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a helmet, and it's definitely Shaco, right? It's not. But it's a 48%. I don't think I have a higher than 48% Godslayer right now. This might be my highest Godslayer crown. Do we have one more? Do we have one more? Yes, we can do Lilith in a second. Don't worry. We can do Lilith in a second. Don't you worry. See, my Godslayer crown is 42%. And this one is 40. Oh, ladies and gentlemen. I need more time. Look at me. Improvement was made. That one is trash. Give me a second. My cleansing acid. One and two. So 3. Well, Shawnee has 3 more. Perfection. Then we can do more. Slight increase in damage, chat. So I can show you how this build does against Lilith in a second. But we'll actually, like, we'll swap some items out for Lilith, most likely. Not because it needs it. You could kill Lilith without swapping out items, just because it's better. Is Doombringer good with Blood Surge Necro? Better with Bloodlance than Surge, to be honest. Yeah. Why not with the Surge? Because Surge wants attack speed most of the time to do more Surges. Then again, it works with bows. Are we still able to machine gun without Rathma's aspect? Yes, but less. They should make the Shadow Scythe on one hand. You're talking about Bloodless Scream, which is fantastic. We actually made a build with it work. Yeah, you would be surprised. Pretty sure if you get an Uber, you see a double unique drop. Yes, we actually get a double unique drop, and it was an amulet plus a helmet. And I thought, wow, this is going to be Shaco, but it turns out that the amulet was instead the melted heart of Selig. So I cried. It's like, ah, why you hate me? What have I ever done to you to deserve this level of pain? I'm just spamming him. There's no tomorrow. The shoes check is today lying. Oh, I'm like, it's Varines. It's random. I mean, like, I might never get a Shaco. No matter how many Duriels I do, end of the day, it is still random. So it literally, like, I can do 400 Duriels and I might never see Shaco or Grandfather. I mean, that's just simply how it is. That's the reality of like the whole thing. I mean, now some people do like 10 Duriels and they have 3 Uber uniques, and that's also just what it is. Right? I mean, right now the only reason I want the Ubers is for YouTube content. Like I don't want I don't need them as a player to feel good, right? I just need them for YouTube content. Give me Uber uniques for YouTube content. Let's fucking go! I mean, like, seriously. I need it for YouTube content. Oh, these are so horrible. Everything is horrible. Do you review some theory crafting and share my build with you, Salmon? I can, but I can't promise a timeline, you know? Because, you know, like next to content creation, I also have a family, and content creation eats most of my time already. So I can like check out builds in between. I mean, you can send them to me, and I'll respond at time X, you know? Essentially. By the way, thank you for everyone that watched the Bloodlines build on YouTube. We have a whole YouTube video on this build, and it's so much fun, and I genuinely enjoy it. It's like my favorite version of Bloodlands so far. After 187 runs, you get a helmet with Duriel's Visage. Yeah, but see, if I would get a helm that's Duriel's Visage, I would probably make a Necro. I would probably make a Rogue to really get the most out of it. But then again, I would be stubborn enough to make a Necromancer build where it works. The same goes for the Melted Heart of Selig. Oh, did I just break this?
Thank you.
I've almost broken one OBS here. I lost you, chat, by the way. So I mean, like, end of the day, like, target farming is cool. But at the same time, target farming is really frustrating, right? Because you know these bosses drop these uniques. So you know there's a chance you could get the Uber unique. But what if you never get it? Because at the end of the day, like a 5% drop chance is only a 5% drop chance, right? And it doesn't like only because it's target farmable doesn't guarantee that you'll ever see the item. And like as much as a blessing as target farming is, at the same time, it's kind of like when you're building your own frustration, right? So you know it's possible, you know you could get it, and you're trying, but at the same time you're getting more and more frustrated because it's just not coming, and you know it could drop though because your friend already has like, oh, I just got eaten. Like, you know, your friend already has like 3 Shakos and he's like only done 20 tries and you're not getting it. I started with a Maxroll Lance build, and then I started following you and trying yours. Amazing work. Well, thank you. I'm not trying to be better than Maxroll. I'm just trying to be a fun alternative and better. When I know who makes the Necro guides for Maxroll, and he's an amazing content creator, I think we both just have different approaches when it comes down to what we're going for. Oh, another helmet! Another helmet, chat! It's Shaco! Yeah, all your friends have Lidless wall and you don't. I would have been so mad. One more? One more? One more? Still not Shaco. But also not a max roll. I haven't seen a max Godslayer crown, chat. Yeah, at the end of the day, it's 50-50, either you get it or not. Exactly. And the thing about like Uber Duriel is, even if you're not getting the Uber uniques, I mean, these items are insane, right? Like, all the items he drops are great. There's almost no shitty unique from Duriel. So worst case scenario. You're just getting cool items, right? Like, oh no, how oh no, we're getting cool items. Ah, nah, that's so unfortunate. So, what also hurts is that when completing nightmare dungeons, you never get a that's not true. Nah, I got two uniques today from finishing nightmare dungeons. Unique. I swear on me, mom, you can check it here. I got 2 uniques on nightmare dungeons. It is possible. I mean, maybe it wasn't possible before, but today I got 2. I just got the Uber ring from World Boss. The Starless Skies, or you mean the Sacrilegious, your class ring? The class rings can be had in open world. It's strange that Macro doesn't include Lidless Wall in any build. Well, Lidless Wall is flavor. It's like, do you want it or do you not want to play it? You could also, like, instead of Lidless Wall, you could max out your armor to be around 14,000 instead of Lidless Wall, which also would make you as tanky as Lidless Wall does. So I'm essentially maximizing the amount of uniques I can use by using Lidless Wall and the barrier that Lidless Wall grants me. But technically, it's like just a different approach. Either you go for the armor approach or you go for the barrier approach. And I tremendously prefer the barrier approach. I'm just a fan of Lidless Wall. But that's why, like, you know, other Necro creators are not so horny for the Lidless Wall. Also, the problem is when I give you builds that are so good with Lidless Wall, you need Lidless Wall then, right? So what if you're not getting it? What if you're not getting the Lidless Wall, but you want it? And there's a build that is so amazing with. So I was surprised myself, but we got definitely the Blood Moon Breaches and a Godslayer crown today from Nightmare Dungeons. Tell me about it. Level 100 and no Lidless. Well, the good thing is that all my builds work without Lidless. Just that Lidless allows you to be a bit more careless zooming. So I think Lidless is like a luxury item. You don't need it to make builds work. It just literally allows you to be way more aggressive, way more zoomy, way more everything. Like instead of like being a bit more conscious, right? And playing a bit slower, playing a bit more strategic. Now you're just going like, oh, yeah, let's go. Oh my goodness, another Helm Child, another Shaco. There's like one Shaco after the other dropping. I don't know why the game hates me, by the way. It's toying with my feelings. Just doing this to me, right? Just keeps showing me cool things, and that's like, ha, you know what? Fuck you. Oh shit. Nope. Nope. Teleport back. Let's maybe follow you and go for Tempest. Tempest. We have to stop calling it Tempest Storm. We have to call it Lidless Storm, I guess. But I like Tempest Storm so much. And Lidless Storm seems so uninspired. This is the endgame Duriel grind. No, Duriel grind isn't even the endgame. Duriel grind is what you do before level 100. There is no endgame. There is. Endgame does not exist in this game. There is no endgame. That this is the hard reality. Okay? But endgame is coming. Endgame is coming soon. That will be when the Abattoir of Zir drops. Bubbles, by the way, and Invinci, thank you both for your subscription. Thank you for the 33 months and the brand new sub. Great to have you with us. Great to have you with the community. So we will. Did I reset the dungeon? Did anyone walk in already? You run this build for endgame? I'm not sure. I have to check my shadow build first. So I will compare this build versus the shadow build soon. So we have a direct comparison on that. because I'm not sure which will perform much better. I think I like the Bloodlands for boss killing, but I'm not sure how good the Shadow build will literally be with the things I'm planning to add to it. So yeah. Can we see your gear somewhere? Yes, you can check out this link. That's where everything is explained. We have a YouTube video that also explains the whole build, where I show all my gear and everything. I'll put D4 back in the fridge for a rainy day. Yes, I mean, like, that's what I'm going to do. I have a couple more days of content, maybe a week more of content, maybe a week of things I want to experiment with. Then I'm done. Until, until the new content comes. I can't wait for the Abattoir of Zir. I'm like so excited for this. It's going to give me like another solid week of just playing through it. I'm going to take my time. I don't want to beat it on day one. I'm not going to do an Abattoir of Zir speed run. I just want to like beat every single stage, every single dungeon. I want to give you builds like with how to beat the Abattoir easier, you know? Also, our blood surge Necro is going crazy. There were more experiments with Doombringer. I need Doombringer first to experiment with it. That's the thing. Like I wish I could experiment more. I don't have any Uber uniques, chat. I'm not like Rob, who has like seemingly every single Uber unique. I don't have them, chat. I don't have them. Level 200 Glyph is going to be madness. Yes. You should try and make a different build. Decompose. Yeah, sadly, Decompose build is already failed in the base existence, and I'll tell you why. I wanted to make a Decompose build, but the problem is that when Decompose channels to actually increase your damage, which kind of works though, but when you do Decompose to channel to increase your damage, you need to... Oh, my wife is yelling for me. Look at a Seiko. Again, Mac, thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the $5 donation. That's very kind of you, my friend. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. MacDog, the man, the myth, the legend. Ah, where's my shit? Everything is breaking. Okay, Seiko, again. Look, chat, it's another Seiko. Like, you know what the sad part is? Are you going to do Lilith? Yes, I wanted to do Lilith Survivor. Haven't you done Lilith yet? And I need to do her like solo though. But if you like, do you need her for your challenge? Avervik. We'll kink the others and we'll just go double trouble, mommy. Yeah, someone was asking if I could do Lilith. And yes, I sure can. Do Lilith. You don't mind? Well, then Afromancer, let's quickly do her for you. So we get her killed for you quickly. I've actually never done Lilith with two people. Remove party member. Remove party member. Then we're going to Lilith. I've actually never done her with two people. I'm struggling solo Echo of Lilith because of her one-shot waves. So the one-shot waves, like that has nothing to do with your builds. You just have to understand the one-shot waves. Okay. Does someone not have 3 runs? No, I think we get done with all the runs. So you do have to understand like the one-shot waves and what you have to do in which wave. Rob does have like 1,200 Duriel runs. Yeah, I think so, right? The man actually lives this game. The advantage of not having a family, I guess. So we need Godslayer. We play Blood Artisans on this. We still keep the thing. Yeah, we're gonna still keep the wall up. Do I have a potion that I want to run quickly? Great damage potion. Let's see how Lilith goes with 2 Necros, guys. 2 Necros go to kill Lilith. Let's see how that goes. Or you can just do enough damage to skip this phase. You can't skip the one-shot phase. You can only skip the you can skip the second phases essentially. You're totally not obscuring the ground. Yeah, she has like vastly more HP. Jeez. I mean, I expected her to have more HP, but not to this extent. Hee. Oh, now I'm dead too. Great. Now I'm dead too because she does that. So the first wave, for example, you always blood mist through, right? The first wave you blood mist through. The second wave, you put yourself on the left side of the thing. So this is something I hadn't considered. Like if you have 2 players, they actually need to know where to stand. What if they don't know where to stand, Chan? Because that's the thing. You really need to know where you have to stand in this. Because I have my fixed positions where I always put myself in when I'm doing Lilith, right? See, now I do blood mist so I don't die. Then I do walk these 2 waves. Then I summon him. Lose a ton of damage. Now we go here again. So we don't get 1 hit. Now we're losing out on all my momentum. Where's my momentum that I need? Give me my momentum back. Oh no! No momentum! Okay, 2-man Lilith is really, 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 really annoying, I have to say. That's a surprise. I didn't expect it to turn that way. You have never done this? Okay, like I thought you've tried at least. Sir, you're making my life hard. You're making me put Bloodwave back on the menu. I thought you've at least tried this. Oh, I killed him. I killed him in the beginning. Are you even with me now, or am I just like doing this alone at this point? You just stay there. Oh, you can't leave that part anymore. That's the fun portion. Wait, you did that? Yeah, it's easier to get her phase 2 than invite the second person. I see that, but even in the second phase, that second phase should be fine. The problem is when Afromancer doesn't know like the rhythm. Like so the thing about Uber Lilith is you gotta like with the Necro there's specific things you need to keep in mind, right? Specific points of like when she does what and when you need to have your blood mist ready and that kind of stuff. And that's important. It's also interesting to see that I'm actually doing less damage right now than with the Bone Storm. Now that's what I wanted to see. Again, we broke her. We broke her. This is bad. This is bad. Oh no, this is bad. Yep. Like you don't really have much time to. Yep, she is so broken right now. So we kill her. Now we survive. We revive you. Okay, listen. We need maximum damage now, Avro. Maximum damage to skip every single phase. Okay. Not even a little bit, just maximum. It worked. Fantastic. This is it. Now follow. That wasn't enough damage. That was sadly not enough damage. Are you gonna so die to the firebolts now? See, we can do it with Afromancer together, but like if you don't know phase 2, if you don't know phase 1, I mean, you notice how easy we can kill her, right? You notice how easy I can kill her if I was alone here, but like Afro needs to learn the art of Lilithing. There's just a few key moments, right? You gotta imprint in your brain, but once you like learn that, once you've tried her often enough, you kind of understand what's happening, right? Oh, that was nice, some nice damage. I like it. You could get there really quick. I mean, mommy is not rocket science. Oh, we're skipping. We're skipping. This is semi good. This is only semi good because I am kind of out of resources right now. Yeah, now you're dead, mommy.
Thank you.
Most important part is truly to skip the 1, 2, 3. More crits, more crits, more crits, more damage. That was bad. We're dead. This is what I do alone. That's where I need my blood wave. Because if I get my blood wave, I can skip this whole phase here. Yeah, now I'm gonna leave you there for a second, Afro, okay? Oh no, what? Why did you, when did you have chance to summon that? Listen, you what? Cool. They were not supposed to be there. One of my guildmates has Hodor Barb and 2-3 hits her in every phase. Yes, I mean that's what Hodor Barb does. I mean with the blood necro, if you go for the full blood, you also skip every phase. You just don't one hit her. When you have to imagine what we're doing here right now, just when she's alone. I mean we'll do her in a second alone. I mean I wanted, like Avrovich asked if we could kill her for him, so we'll see if we can get it done. I mean, this try or next try, else we're gonna kill him alone. So we're not. Oh god, I was too slow. So we're not just like stuck on Lilith right now, right? I got a necro unique I call Lilith Cauldron. Modifies blood wave to not only send out extra wave, but too many waves. Yeah, that's what you need. The tidal wave. It's very good for this build because you're essentially able to do this and then that, and then you just shoot out waves, and all these waves make like bonus blood orbs, and then you get blood orbs, and then yeah, you notice what happens, right? Oh, I made a mistake. I blood misted there. Oh, we broke her. That is gonna be bad. Yeah, I'm out of resources quickly right now. Always blood mist. This is the time where you always blood miss. Why am I not using my blood wave to just obliterate her? Well, that's a simple, like, I need my blood wave for the next try to essentially do more damage to him, so she doesn't do anything weird. More. That wasn't enough. Fireballs. The most annoying phase in existence. Oh, what? Didn't pay attention. Oops. Well, Afro, back to the drawing board for you. You're gonna have to train that a little bit. So I can just murder her quickly because now I want to murder her as I'm here right now already. Afro, back to the drawing board. We need you to train that. Now let's just get the proper damage we're supposed to actually be getting. That's where it's more fun is in. Blood wave, please. Thank you very much. Yeah, we'll just blood wave. I was like thinking like we'll just skip blood waving here and just don't do it, but come on. Oh, I think I might have broken it. This might turn out unfortunate. Yep. Yeah, like, so I knew we probably broke her because we kind of skipped the phase and then we skipped the other phase. So yeah, that was kind of obvious to happen. See, this is like when you're doing the actual damage. Because now we can just work on skipping the phases. Mm-hmm. Now she's dead. That's it. Done. I can just like save up for a killer bloodlines if I want to. We can do this. Him's in the middle. Boom. So to the person asking, can this do Uber Lilith? It can. Very well do Uber Lilith. And yes, if you do actually tack in the Blood Moon Breaches, you would do even more damage. Right now. Like instead of consuming corpses to make more blood orbs, you could also just put in the Blood Moon Breaches or T-Bald's Will to improve your damage even more. Okay? So this is something you need to keep in mind. Like Uber Lilith is meant to be a certain challenge. So when you're fighting Uber Lilith, going versus her with your dungeon clearing build is stupid, right? I mean, realistically, when you're doing Uber Lilith, I also want to have points in Bone Spirit and Enhanced Bone Spirit and Dreadful Bone Spirit. Because Dreadful Bone Spirit would continuously refill my essence super nicely. The same goes for T-Bald's Will. Why would I not play T-Bald's Will when I'm fighting Lilith? Because it just makes perfect sense, right? It would make no sense. Sorry, going for Lilith. Okay, what glyphs am I missing? Let me do... Oh, I didn't want to do backstabbers. I hate backstabbers. It's like my defense is already shoddy, and then you're playing backstabbers, right? Kind of like asking to just get your ass beaten. So this is what I meant with you have to skip the one-shot phases. Like, just keep your one blood mist, then you keep your other blood mist, and then just do millions of damage to kill her. Right? Okay, let's see how much damage backstabbers do as I'm actually zooming through the dungeon. Because, right, we know this is my thing. Right, enemies do more damage from behind, and the whole thing we do is we just zoom through the dungeon and essentially get hit from behind. You notice how average my crits are a bit lower now, so I'm not doing like the constant 8 million crits. Simply because we're like sacrificing damage for more survivability, right? That we're able to essentially just zoom harder. But that makes sense for a nightmare dungeon, right? Because we're doing a nightmare dungeon. So obviously you want to be able to just zoom here without getting like some weird one hits, correct? But when you're fighting Lilith, all about how do you hire your one damage. But you kind of saw like how we did a lot of damage with now without Grandfather and our crits, right? Where we do some really nasty crits. But that's where I really want to have Grandfather, but only to make a cool video about it. I don't want to have Grandfather to play it on a day-by-day business, right? I just wanted to do max crits versus Lilith. Simple man. Also, I probably need way more Uber Duriel tries for that, but I'm already bored of Uber Duriel tries, you know? I still do it, but it's kind of like, yeah, I mean, at this point, whatevs. You know, if I don't have it, I don't have it. Hello, Ghost Shades. Good to see you there. I mean, yesterday, ladies and gentlemen, in case you missed it, we had a viewer with us. Oh, who had how many Uber Uniques? 8, 9? He had all of them. I felt very non-streamery, you know? He made me feel inadequate, chat. Where did the viewer hurt you? My heart, man. Made me feel terrible. I was like, man, who's the streamer now? He made me call him daddy. Not happy. You see the Bloodlands build? I mean, the Blood Surge version can also kill Uber Lilith. I've essentially killed Uber Lilith with the Blood Surge version as well. Both is possible. The Bloodlands is just naturally better added. Blood over Bone? No, Bone is always stronger. But Bone is like boring. I mean, Bone will always be stronger than Blood. But that is because Bone is meant to be stronger than Blood. Like, I don't know how I can spell this out for you. But the developers, they sat down and they were like, okay, we want a utility build, Shadow. We want something fun, Minions. And then we want something that does ultra DPS, Bone. Oh, and then because people like Blood, will do something Blood with an overpower mechanic, which can or cannot be good. The problem with overpower end of the day is that you might have a few guaranteed overpowers, right? But when you're actually like maxing out crit, you're just mostly ending up to the point where you have a bigger guarantee to hit your hits. Because overpower end of the day is only 3% plus what you get guaranteed, where crit can be had like at what, 60, 70, 80%. Return Bloodstone. Where is the Bloodstone? Carrion field. Thank you very much. Go back here. Dying in a dungeon in 1-2 hits. Well, it helps that I have 19,000 HP and 19,000 barium. That makes sure that I don't die. It's also what allows me to essentially just walk through this dungeon in a straight line. Now we're fighting the boss, and I'm swapping my Blood Artisan's Cuirass in for just a little bit bonus damage. Again, it essentially makes no sense to not get that bonus damage. When we make more corpses, these corpses make us more blood orbs. These blood orbs make us more essence. But essence gives us more damage. Make more corpses. We stun him. Good. What glyph did I want to level up? We have Corporal, Abyssal, Exploit. That was vulnerable damage. Gravekeeper. Oh, actually, we need the Mage Glyph leveled up. Mage Glyph is for minions that minions gain increased resistance to all elements. And without this one, you're essentially never going to have your minions survive in a dungeon later on. Or less, you know? Point the doll where the community member heard you everywhere. I'm trying a new mental build, but it seems to be missing some stuff. We're going to be having a new build with a Sacriligious heart soon. It's going to be funny. So if you only have Corpse Explosion, will Ring activate only that? Yes, if you only have Corpse Explosion, Ring will only activate that. The problem is, or the thing is, it doesn't go faster. So this activates every second, okay? Every second, it's going to be Corpse Explosion, and every 8 seconds, it's Corpse Tendrils. Remember what the Sacrilegious Heart said. The Sacrilegious Heart said, trigger a Corpse skill, any equipped Corpse skill, at every 8 seconds. So the Sacrilegious Heart was worded different, whereas this one is exactly worded every second. So even if you have only Corpse Explosion in, it's not going faster than 1 second. It's still only that 1 second. Right? World boss soon? Where's world boss? Where's world boss? I don't see a world boss. There's a Legion event. Where's world boss? There's no world boss. Are you lying to me? Where's the world boss? Why are you lying to me? Here. World boss in 2 minutes. Where is it? Fracture Peaks? Oh, there. Actually, you're right. I'm blind. Actually, I am blind. ¿Dónde está la biblioteca? Oops. Open your eyes, P4wnyhof. Open your eye.
I cannot do that here. I need time to do that.
Do, 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 do.
I need time to do that.
I made it in time. Do we want to change anything versus the world boss? I mean, world boss you could technically put on the Godslayer crowns again, but it doesn't really matter, you know? I mean, world boss is not really, like, you don't even have to try, right? I still want world bosses to be actually hard, you know, like Lost Ark kind of style. When you do these group events where you summon the respective bosses and you get to kill them and they're like super fucking hard, and that's great. Yeah. They really need loadouts. They need loadouts so bad. Yesterday. So thank you very much, chat. Without you, I would have missed this. Straight up. Hey, that's a bunch of bears, chat. This is very cuddly here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 druids. 1 rogue? I think that's a rogue, right? Yeah, it should be a rogue. And what are you? Another rogue. I'm the only Necro here, guys. I'm holding the flag up. It's me, the man, the myth, the legend, the Necromancer. You get the new ring, but it's 859. It doesn't matter if it's 859 as long as it's above 832. Mine is only 914. The rings do not get better. They just have to be over 832, which is the item break point, okay? Dead here for Necros? Hey, come on now. You gotta trust the Necros. You gotta trust the process. Oops, I activated my skill a little bit early. Sorry, chat. Premature bone storming. Yikes. Does it have different servers? Yes, like Diablo is instanced to 12 people. Was it 12 people, chat? I think it's 12 people. Okay, track my package. Well, while we're waiting, where's my package? Free to freak. Sorry, chat. I need to answer this. Very important. Because I have a call with my tax accountant tomorrow. Because there's some tax accountant things happening. I need to take care of. Well, boss got away. Save him! Save him! Timmy! Who killed you? Show me where the world boss hurt you. Show me where the world boss dropped his big golden hammer on you. Something is weird about Bloodlands lucky hit. Even though with like 42% lucky hit chance and like things being high. It feels so weird sometimes. Oh, 3 are spawning. This is my favorite world boss, guys, when this is happening. Because again, there are these malignant monsters that spawn, and 3 of them can spawn. It gives you triple materials. Where's the third one? There was 3 spawning, I'm pretty sure. Where's the third one? I saw 3. Okay, what was the... Okay. Where is my corpse turn rolls? That's a high roll. We'll keep that. That goes away. Stinky pooper. Alone at the world boss. I mean, that's great. I would really like to be alone at the world boss and give it a try. Not with this build. I think if I was alone at the world boss, I would prefer my shadow build because the shadow build is just better at that. At soloing world bosses. Should be possible. Okay, finally I could put everything in my bag, but still a bunch too many flicker steps. That's 3.6 seconds. Ring of Mendel. Almost disenchanted that. Almost disenchanted that. Level 77, you won't make it. I like, not with that attitude, sir. Not with that attitude. You know it's true. You wanna get it done, or die trying. Fantastic, chat. I think we achieved today very much. I mean, we killed Uber Lilith with this build. We speed farmed tier 100 dungeons. We destroyed everything. So I think what we get tomorrow in the agenda, just to give you a little sneak peek, we're going to be reskilling this blood build over to the shadow build. And we're going to be essentially going to be using Tempest. Like, we're going to have the Lidless wall with the Sacriligious ring. And we're going to use X-Felds. So we're going to use X-Felds. The upgraded one. Where's my upgraded X-Felds? Here, I'm going to use the upgraded X-Felds. So that too. And that together with the ring. And then we're also going to be using my Shadow Blight Amulet. So for the Shadow Blight damage to go higher. Because there's this amulet for the Shadow Blight damage. We're going to use Flicker Step. We're probably going to use T-Bolt's Will. I mean, you notice this is shaping up to be quite the heavy build when it comes down to everything. So we're going to use T-Bolt's Will as well. The Blood Artisan's Cuirass goes out probably for Soulbron, but I haven't decided on that yet. It might be that I can't actually play Soulbron. But you notice how this build is literally like it's going a little bit. Like, we got 1 unique, 2 uniques, 3 uniques, 4 uniques, 5 uniques, 6 uniques. Then technically, and we probably won't do it this time, but I'm planning it. So we got a Black River as an absolute max roll. The only problem that Black River has, it doesn't have 3 ranks in corpse skills, but it's still good. So there's a thought where I also play Black River. The problem with playing Black Ripper is that in order to really max this build out, you would need the aspect of the Grasping Veins. I mean, technically, you could also play a unique helmet, but the problem with the unique helmet here being is that we need the Bone Storm shield. So right now with 10,000 armor, that's fantastic, right? And we're going to get a little bit more armor because of Paragon points. But we essentially need the Shielding Storm to stay alive. But this is kind of like what we're planning to play. You know, little bit. You could swap out the gloves for Hell from Below. So it wouldn't be impossible to play the Hell from Below in this. It's just that there's just other choices. So you could also play the Hell from Below. That would leave us with a we need this necklace to be not unique. Why? You deal 138% increased damage for 6 seconds after the Shadow Blight key passive damages enemies 10 times. The thing is, I want to replace this through a amulet, and I think that had Gloom. I found a new amulet. It's this one. 2 ranks to corpse skills, 2 ranks to Gloom, darkness skill damage, and shadow damage over time. The only problem with this amulet is that as good as it is, this amulet has 28% total armor percentage plus. And without this, I'm at 7,000. Huh? Right? So this is a very cool amulet that also gives you like +3 to all corpse skills, which essentially means with this giving you Fueled by Death and Hoot Flesh and ranks and corpse skills, you would end up with Corpse Explosion already +6. So right, we're at that. I mean, like let's take 4 out here just for the second. So we're already at +11 with this, and technically instead of T-Bolt's Will, now we played + to all corpse skills, right? With this one, that would bring us to 14. And the difference here is quite significant because this gets 115% multiplier right now, right? And before it's 100, so it's like 15% more damage, but it's actually more significant on the shadow side because the shadow side is at 209%, and else it would be at 176%. So the shadow multiplier is even better. But that's not it. Technically, you could also swap back to our pens that we had, right? So instead of T-Bolt's Will, because we're not really going to be using much essence, you could also go back to the pens now that do Corpse Explosion damage. But here you would have to consider, is it really worth it? Because this is 4 ranks in Corpse Explosion, right? And we're at 253% bonus, right? 253% bonus. If I would now put the pens on, you would go up to 297% bonus. So it's technically a damage raise by 40%, but only on your Corpse Explosion, right? Whereas if you play T-Bolt's Will, I deal 40% increased damage to all my damage. So what's better now, chat, right? Is it better to get more Corpse Explosion damage? Or would it be better to then get all damage increase? Because also, like, it's all damage, but also Corpse Explosion, right? That's like kind of like the thing. So it's the same 40%, but it's like all damage plus Corpse Explosion. What class did win the most with the new rings? I think Sork because of build variety. Barbarian just got stronger. Druid just got stronger. Necro has a few builds that work with this. But I feel like Sork has a bigger build variety now. I do Summoner later this week around Sunday, Monday probably. No promises. Can't say. So yeah, this is kind of like, this is what I would go with tomorrow. And yes, I know it's playing. I know this is playing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 uniques. The thing is, like, the only uniques you really need in this build is Ring of Sacrilegious Soul, you need Ixfeld's Corroded Signet, and you would need a Lidless Wall. These are the builds, like, this is what you need. Okay? You might as well finish it with a head in the neck. Yeah, but that's what you don't want. Again, like, it makes no sense to put on any unique neck in this build because I would get 180% multiplicative bonus damage. All my damage times 180% if I have this neck. So it just makes no sense to take any unique because no unique is better than that. That's it. There's no unique out there that does better than this effect. Safe. Right? And it's technically also stupid to play the Hell from Below gloves. Why? Because the Hell from Below gloves, they give you 40% more Corpse Explosion damage, right? Which is nice. But if you think about playing a glove with Corpse Tendrils on, Corpse Tendrils in this case would give you on every single critical strike, which is a lot of your things, 40% multiplicative bonus damage. And that would obviously be your Ixfeld's Corroded Signet that could then critical strike, and your Blight that you're using that could critical strike, and your Bone Storm that is also continuously critical striking as a shadow skill. So it's kind of like the problem where in this build, I can't play Black River since I am in dire need of getting Ultimate Shadows and Corpse Tendrils on, because we need Ultimate Shadows in this build. So this is probably going to be the end build We might replace the chest for disobedience. I really don't know. Because right now on the amulet, I would have to roll this into total armor percentage, and I just don't see me rolling this. Because we have this amulet, right? And it has darkness skill damage plus, but that darkness skill damage I need as total armor percentage. And, yeah. When I'm already at 7 million rolls, right? And I haven't seen total armor percentage, so you can imagine how unfortunate that is. I'm just trying to get this, but I don't even... Oh, there's... Thank you. Jesus! Mom! Get the camera! Click, 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 click. We click, 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 click. We get saved! Mom! So important. Seriously. So important. Not even like a little bit important. It's so important. Because this skull only gives 250 armor, right? But with all your multipliers, that's like 400 armor plus, almost. Like, almost twice, right? So good. So good. Makes it so much more tanky, especially, like, in the higher things. So that's what we're going to be playing tomorrow, but I would say we're actually going to end it for today. So thank you for coming and watching. Thank you for hanging out. Ronnie, thank you for the 60 months, for the 5 years of subscriptions. Gui, thank you for the brand new sub. Thanks for everyone being here today. It's been an absolute pleasure of a day. As I said, I have some text thingies to do. I have some text questions to answer and some other shebang. So thank you so much for coming, lurking, chatting, hanging out. Can't wait to be back with you tomorrow. So 8 a.m. I'll be on Twitch. Around 10, 11 a.m. we'll be on YouTube as well, and everywhere on every other platform. So have a great one. Good one. See you soon. Thank you very much.